Today we're in Burghead. Welcome to Exploring Scotland's History. We have come down right to the headland to have a look at the remains of what they discovered was an old Pictish fort. In the 1800s, this area was excavated and an 8 metre thick, 6 metre high wall was recorded. The walls had rows of logs and were nailed with iron spikes. This would have been quite a feat of engineering and required a massive workforce. Evidence suggests they were built in and around 400 AD and destroyed by fire sometime between 400 to 500 years later. The dates coincide with Viking raids, when in 884 Sigurd the Powerful captured Torridon, which is what Burghead was once called. The area has good sea access, is sheltered and is easy to defend. The Vikings must have found it very tempting. This is the only Pictish fort where bull stones were found. Around 30 were found in the 19th century, only 6 remain, scattered around various museums. Professor Ian Ralston at Edinburgh University unearthed one of the original ramparts. He felt it to be pre-Roman Iron Age, confirming its importance. This is the well. Unfortunately, it was a bank holiday when we visited, so we couldn't gain access. Archaeologists cleared out this well in 1809, and they were quite perplexed as to why and possibly how this was carved out of rock. The tank is fed by springs, and this is unique in Scotland. The amount of work put into this place would suggest more than just drawing water was its purpose. It is probably dated to the Dark Ages, but could have had a more religious or ceremonial significance perhaps. When the tank is empty, it takes 6 days to refill. Wells and springs are often associated with worship. What is a little bit unsettling is that historical records would indicate the Picts used drowning as a method of execution. Christians obviously were not totally on board with this. Columba himself is reported as sanctifying wells like this, so perhaps it could have been used in later years for baptisms. I don't like saying things are run down, but as you can see, they're clearly run down. There has been a wee bit made of the Napoleonic era cannons that appear to be just planted in the ground. It's a wee bit unfortunate that this is what we're making a thing out of. They also look a bit phallic, which is off-putting. Yeah, not fantastic. But these are Napoleonic cannons, apparently. It is a thriving fishing port by the looks of the boats. Or is it? Because should the boats not be out? This is a memorial for those who lost their lives on the Shetland Bus, based in Burghead in the Second World War. The Shetland Bus was christened by Norwegians. The operation in World War II took supplies and munitions to Nazi-occupied Norway and rescued those who needed to escape. Initially, the ships were manned by Norwegian merchant seamen and fishermen under command of the British Special Operations Executive. I would recommend this book for the full story, though it is based more in Scalloway, Shetland, and doesn't discuss Burghead as a subsidiary base in great detail. This memorial is for those souls lost on the Prominent. The drifter had sailed from here on the 23rd of December 1912 to catch the herring fishing season in Ireland. On the 3rd of February, the prominent was sighted off Melmore Head in Donegal. After midnight, the seas became heavier, but there was no wind increase. On Tuesday, the 4th of February, wreckage began to wash ashore west of Fanwood Lighthouse and around Limeburner Rock in Donegal. No one will ever know what really happened, but something that night must have caught these experienced fishing crew out. Here, a village was in mourning. 6 wives had lost their husbands, and 28 children were now left without father. The Moray and Nairn Express reported they were the pick of Burghead. There wasn't a crew like them in the harbour. More heartache unfortunately was to come, as only 3 bodies were ever recovered, too decomposed to positively identify. The ship's dog, Duxie, a whippet, was also recovered. They were all interred in Ireland. Duxie's collar was sent home here. Such a tragic loss of life, and a further reminder of Mother Nature's power. There is one thing that Burghead is really quite unique for. They celebrate Hogmanay twice. They have the burning of the 𝔓𝔯𝔬𝔬𝔦𝔫𝔢. Now, when the Julian calendar moved to the Gregorian, a lot of people were rioting because they felt like they had lost, in effect, 11 days. Not up here, they didn't. They thought, we'll do Hogmanay twice. And they did. Quite a celebration. On the 11th of January, they would take the burning 𝔓𝔯𝔬𝔬𝔦 down to the Pictish fort, which we've already shown you, and they would burn it and have a good old hoolie, making the best of a bad job. We've just entered the rather old graveyard, which actually appears to be someone's back garden. Who knew? And as you would expect, in a little fishing town, we'll have lots of fishing symbolism on the headstones. Yeah, the rubbish appears to be attracting seagulls, which appears to be attracting cats. This poor chap died at sea. This place sort of has that feeling of a little area that used to prosper and then suddenly didn't. Some quite old headstones there, and someone has seen fit to take down, reuse, recycle, steal and take to a scrapyard the rails from their actual grave. I do feel sorry for those interred here. It's really quite unloved and uninspiring. So that was the ups and downs of Burghead. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe and leave a comment. It really helps the channel grow. You can catch me on Facebook and Instagram of the same name, Exploring Scotland's History. And can I thank everyone who supports the channel through the Ko-fi page? I will leave a link below. Until next time, thank you for watching.